Hey guys, so I thought real quick, you know what, I didn't really cover all the flat stomach obsessions, so I'm going to do part 2 of the flat stomach obsession conversation. I posted it on my Facebook fan page to see what people's reactions were about body image, and I was explaining that when your body's too gluconeogenic, you have this like really thin, wavy effect. That is not a desired effect, and that's what I love about keto is that you can drop your body fat without losing muscle. And that's what I really didn't really preface in the last video, the importance of being more anabolic rather than catabolic. So if I go back to that image, so I'm showing that again, that's a gluconeogenic body. You can see it in her arms, the veins near her, the leader to the downstairs tweeter. And she looks great, you know, she does exercise, but because she's so thin, her body's incredibly catabolic. And I was explaining in the last video that you can see in her neck that this is most not likely a woman in her teenage years, but more likely in her 20s and 30s based on the quality of skin. So if you were if you were a teenager, you could be that thin and still eat a lot of carbohydrate calories, macros, let's say grams. Grams is a better gauge of food intake, how much. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to just really make sure, I was talking about men and women can be gluconeogenic. A lot of you guys who, especially in Hollywood, they have this obsession, men, to be really, really, really lean, but look like athletic, but they end up still looking very catabolic and little too much. I was explaining that I did a video, my friend's in the video, and his body looks great, but his muscles are not bubbly because the body's munching. He's chewing on his own bicep to feed his brain. That thin body is not a desired body. I don't like talking about weight loss, but since it keeps coming up, and I avoid it, and I avoid it, and I avoid it, I'm going to start talking more about it in the context of what healthy would be. So as you guys can see, I am not vascular. You see veins, but even if I'm pumping, you don't see, like, you know, I don't look vascular. And at being nearly 50, I still have all that fat in my skin from eating such a high-fat diet. So I'm not gluconeogenic, but yet I maintain a low body fat percentage, which is what's optimal health on keto. So a lot of people are like, oh, you know, my body fat's just anywhere between probably 10 to 12% body fat. It's depending on how much I go to town on the fat. There's a tipping point to how much your body can burn. People think that you go on keto and you're just like, oh, I'm going to become like Ripticon. And that's not how it works. It only works in the context of how metabolically active your muscles are and how efficient the rest of your systems are, which ad nauseum I go into in other videos about having healthy adrenal health and also being able to have like nice, lovely, crack-a-lackin' neurotransmitters going on and having the medulla work properly in the circadian rhythm, all this stuff that I constantly talk about. That you cannot lose weight if your fat cells are not efficient. You cannot enter ketosis if your insulin is, if your insulin receptors are kind of fizzling out, or if you're dumping too much insulin within the bloodstream, or if your glucose is too high. Or like I said, when fat cells just store and they do not burn, they don't release fat back into the system to be used as energy in another sense of gluconeogenesis. So I want you guys to talk about fixing the body first before any type of flat stomach. I don't really give a crap about flat stomachs. I care about people not feeling sick. No one can sleep properly. That's the weird thing. People can't sleep. A lot of people have developed anxiety. Obviously, depression is a huge one. Mood disorders, PMS. Am I hitting tick boxes? I think so. Men, your testosterone's not what it was when you were younger. I think I'm hitting those tick boxes. So if your desired effect is to be flat and lean like that, right? That's no bueno. That's inte bra på svenska. That's not good. Look at her neck. So I can see, look at me. I'm trying not to be in the reflection of the glass. I'm trying to really expose that being thin is often it's just as unhealthy as being overweight, because to lose that weight, your body has to It has to munch on itself. And your body breaking down itself to feed the brain is not optimal. And one system at a time, things will misfire. Like your thyroid, and then your hair thins. And then, men, your testosterone goes too low if you do too much freaking, like, hardcore hit cycles without enough food. And all this eating one time a day garbage, like, that'll just drop your testosterone so fast. And women, where's your menstrual cycle? You know, why isn't it consistent? Why are so many women entering peri before? Why are you women so estrogen dominant? So this woman who's thin, you think that she's hormonally balanced? Most likely she's not. Now, this is an internet woman. I don't know her from Adam. But just by the look of her neck, look at her neck. Look at that neck. It's pretty gluconeogenic, yeah? It's pretty thin. And her collarbones, and then also the veins that you can see down there, that's the body eating itself. That's not optimal health to be lean and fit like a machine. So if you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com, Stephanie the Business Person, my Facebook fan page, or Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram me. And don't forget to join me on Periscope. Best app ever. They still need to get the bugs out because sometimes it gets pixelated and the voice gets a little staticky. But go to Periscope. You can find me at Stephanie the Business. And you can catch live broadcasts, talk to me live, and then also catch it on the replay on Twitter. So that's Steph the Business, BIZNESS, Steph the Business. So that's it. If you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com or Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page, which is what I just was showing you guys. So where's my Steph the Business Person? Click out of here. I'm trying to click all with the wrong hands. Let me see if I do not destroy this little thing going on here. Oh! Okay. So, that's not Fat Stuff the Business. That's my personal one that doesn't allow any more people to join. So that was the Steph the Biz. No, Stephanie. Darn it! Too much social media. That's Stephanie Keto Person. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna peace out. So, thank you for tuning in. Yeah.